property of the coolant. Now, property of coolant. What should be the property of coolant? First property that it should able to carry out at least 30% of heat from combustion, because it is expected that 30%, if we cannot take out 30% of heat from the engine, then engine temperature will go high and there is a chance of engine seizure. So engines, that coolant should be like that, at least it should carry out 30% of heat that is developed inside the engine. What is the second property? Second property that during warming up, it should not overcool. It should not overcool the engine. Why? Overcool the engine. At the time of warm up or starting, engine is very cold. If further the coolant cools the engine, then there will be starting problem or initial starting problem. Or warming up time will be more. Starting time will be more. So coolant should have this property. Due to this, then coolant should have what? Coolant should have high. Another thing is that it should have high boiling point. High boiling point. Why? Because we want that I want that coolant should be in the form of a liquid, not in the form of a gas. If the boiling point is less, we take heat and it will be converted to the gas. So I do not want that it should convert to the gas. Rather, I want that it should be in the liquid form. So that's why it should be boiling point will be high. Second is freezing point will be less. Freezing point is less. Why? If the freezing point is high, then at normal temperature that coolant will be converted to solid form. So that's one. And this first thing is the latent heat of vaporizations. Because how it is taking heat? It is converting from the liquid to, finally it will convert to the liquid, temperature will go high, and one time will come, it will convert to the vaporization state. So latent of vaporization state should be high. And 6 is that it should be non-corrosive, definitely. It should be non-corrosive. And seventh is that it should be abundantly available. It's not very abundantly available. This should be available. This should be available and cheap. Obviously. So it is not should be any costly. Should not be any rare coolant, because if the coolant is not there, then you cannot start. It should be very readily available, and it should be cheap. So this should be the property of the coolant. Now let us go to the heat transfer again. One part is that yes. Viscosity, because the viscosity is another property. Definitely viscosity is another property. That it should not be very viscous. Definitely, it should not be very viscous. Then that I should take these things. This is the mostly there is water is the best coolant. Nowadays we are using some other coolants also, but water is the best coolant of all. Okay. So that's why is the model is the in earlier cars also, but gradually we are shifting to the coolant of high heat transfer coefficient. So that's an uncommon. Yes, viscosity also will be a problem. It should not be very viscous. Okay. Now, we have understand that the heat transfer is mostly taking place by convection. Now convection, if I see convection formula, Q is equal to HA into T1 minus T2. So what is the T1? T1 is the engine temperature and T2 is the fluid temperature or liquid temperature. Obviously, we know that our generally water we use, but our problem is that if we get any coolant of high heat transfer coefficient H, then area will be small. Then area will be small. So we want that, or if the area is fixed, then heat transfer will, by the cooling by the Q will be less. So then at that time I will be required less amount of coolant. Because area of the engine I cannot change. Area of the engine is fixed. Already I have designed it. Engine temperature is depends on the combustion. Liquid temperature is initial temperature. And but if I can increase the H, then amount of coolant, less amount of coolant can flow. So that is one. So our objective is to increase the heat transfer coefficient H. H is what I have told you. So that is the hot gas. So this is the flame. The H is called heat transfer coefficient. That we have studied in the heat transfer. But rather we use, and then here also we know the heat transfer coefficient H is very difficult to get. How we find out the heat transfer coefficient and flame? So from the dimension analysis I know it. From the dimension analysis, there is the Nusselt number is equal to Z some constant into Reynolds number into Randall number B into some dimension B by A here. So here you use generally these equations. What is the Reynolds number? We know rho Vd by mu is coming. Mu is coming. Viscosity is also coming here. Density, velocity, this is the velocity of fluid, dimension mu. There is a rho Vd by mu and Prandtl number mu Cp by K. K is the thermal conductivity, mu is the dynamic coefficient of viscosity, and Cp is the specific heat. So rho Vd by mu Cp by K and by d by A. So Nusselt number, and what is the Nusselt number? Nusselt number is equal to Hd by K. So from this equation, if I do the dimension analysis, then I can find out the heat transfer coefficient. So this is I have told you that how to find out the heat transfer, because during design how much the coolant is required, for that I have to use this equation. For this equation I need the heat transfer coefficient. Where I will get the heat transfer coefficient? I will get the heat transfer coefficient from this dimension analysis. This Nusselt number is equal to some Reynolds number into the power A to the Prandtl number to the power A. Now in some cases as because there is not one film, there is a multiple films there. If we consider everything, that also we have studied in the heat transfer that we have studied, that suppose this is the cases. Suppose this is our wall is X and this is the X, and here is one film is there, hot gas film. What is the heat transfer coefficient here? Let's say H, G, and there is another outside the engine, there is another air film is there. This is the air film, outside air. So this is the gas and this is the air. So what is the heat transfer coefficient here? HA. What is the thickness? H, X. Then I have to find out U. U is called overall heat transfer coefficient. In that case, overall heat transfer coefficient. What is the U? That's 1 by U is equal to 1 by H A plus X by K plus 1 by H G. By this way also we have to find out. In that cases, we have to find Q is equal to UA del T. We have to use these equations. U is the overall heat transfer coefficient, A del T. In that cases, we have to find out the heat transfer coefficients in the both the gas and the air film. So then we can design the our coolant demo. Now let us discuss some of the parameters. Now we will discuss parameters affecting engine heat transfer. First parameter I take fuel air ratio. 1. How the fuel air ratio? How the heat transfer? Some the engine is there. If I change the fuel air ratio, how the heat transfer, that is the cooling will change. Cooling load or heat transfer will change. So that will discuss. Now we know that if I draw, this is the equivalence ratio. Equivalence ratio. What equivalence ratio is equal to fuel air actual by fuel air stoichiometric. Stoichiometric theoretic. It is equivalence ratio. Now we know that when the phi is 1.1 or 1.2,